Welcome, class, to week 8. You have made it to the end of the course, and all we need to do is wrap this thing up. Before we move on to what we are going to do for week 8, we'll talk about Module 7 last week, where we talked about the organization and what it means to have a capable organization for a good strategy execution. We focus primarily on leadership because it is one of those key fundamentals that is required for strategy execution. And I think with the activity that went on with Mary Barra this past week, it was actually worked out as a very good example of what it means to execute strategy and using leadership in the role of making that happen. The takeaways are all about building that capable organization, which could include staffing and structure and capabilities. There are also 8 components for strategy execution in our reading this past week. And so just a hint for you, when you are writing your Southwest case analysis towards the end of the paper, I do ask for what would be your implementation strategy for executing your strategy recommendation. And this is where you can pull those items into the dialogue or into the conversation. The last thing I wanted to point out is I really enjoyed the engagement on leadership this past week. Thank you all for participating the way you did. And I really enjoyed all the different directions the conversation went. So that was very good. Moving on to week 8 and wrapping this up, we will be talking about the culture and what does it mean to have a winning culture in order to support the strategy. And so we'll talk about that in terms of our video discussion. It is the only engagement thread you will see this week will be through the video discussion. So what I would like you to do, if at all possible, is participate in that discussion throughout the week and share your thoughts and ideas and also ask those critical questions as we're going through talking about the video I have posted. The other thing, of course, that's due is Friday night, the final case presentation on your shoe companies will be due, and then the final case study paper will be due on Southwest Airlines will be due Saturday night. One question I do have for the class, and I will put out an email, is I currently have the business strategy simulation game wrapping up on Sunday night. I am actually thinking about moving that to Thursday night so you don't have anything due after Saturday. So I will send an email out to the class on Monday and get some feedback from you. Which would you prefer? I would say you probably would like to wrap that up before the weekend. Also, some follow-up items. Just a reminder, I will take drafts of your paper up until the 12th of December, and I can do that and then provide ideas back to you for continuous improvement. So that is coming up on Wednesday. So if you would like to do that, please get me either your presentation or your paper, and I will take a look at it and provide feedback to you. I have done that for some of you who have taken me up on it, and so I highly recommend it, especially if you are concerned about the content of your paper. Another reminder on ACE requirements are required for course completion. Those are due also by Sunday night. And I have, today I actually went in and provided feedback to those who needed it and also approved those to be submitted to Handshake. But there are some of you who have not submitted any of those requirements thus far, so please do if you haven't. And then the last item is you will be asked to participate in a student idea survey on the course and my role as the instructor. So many of you have provided me with some excellent ideas for this class, and I'm going to be using them in the future. Definitely as we modify some of the content of this course. But I also would invite you to provide further feedback through the Student Idea Survey on me as the instructor and also additional information on the class, and I would appreciate it. So this is your opportunity to be critical and think about what would you change if you if you could. And so take that opportunity for continuous improvement in that regard. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me this week, and let's have a good last week. Thanks, everyone.